Yo, what up? This is Siser bringing you another video on how to make signs. Today I'm going to show you a special technique that I use for transferring artwork into a digital file that I can use for banners, stickers, mugs, whatever. But on this video in particular, we're going to make some t-shirts because I need some t-shirts with my name on them. So I'm going to show you how I do that right now. All right, so the very first thing you got to do is come up with a design. All right, you can do your artwork on the computer, but sometimes you want to do stuff on, you want to sketch something out, right? So that's what I'm going to do because it's going to be my name on my shirt. So I want to personalize it and make it mine. All right, I don't want to just go and pick whatever kind of font. I want it to be mine. So the first thing you do is sketch it out. So in my case, I'm going to tag it because I love tagging. One design. Now what you want to do now is take a picture of that, and but I'm not really happy with this, so we're gonna come up with some designs. I'm gonna time lapse this process so that you guys can see all the different sketches that I come up with until I get the right one. All right, so let's get this started. I'm gonna time lapse it right now. All right, so now that we came up with some designs, I took some photographs of all the different ones that I liked. And so now we're gonna take them in the computer and figure out which ones are the best, in my opinion, and then convert those to vector files. All right, so I've imported all the pictures that I took on my phone using my iPhone right into my computer here. Now let me show you how to get this file into Photoshop and then start converting it into outline. So the first thing I want to do here is make the black darker and the white wider. All right, so we're gonna open up our levels. Here we go, levels. And we're gonna move this slider. All right, so that one takes away the white, makes it white. And then if you slide it to the right, it makes the text darker. So you want to go as far as you can go till everything is pretty much solid. And then select the black area. All right, you can zoom in, see how it looks. And not bad. I still wanted to grab more, so I'm gonna increase the tolerance to like 60. See if that helps. I just want to get more of that black. There we go. I'm selecting everything that's supposed to be selected. Now here, for example, I kind of want this area to not be selected. So I might have to go in here with the lasso tool here and deselect by pressing Option. On a Mac, so it's Option. On yours, it might be like Alt, the Alt key or something like that. There. You can fix some of this by doing that. So now that I have everything selected the way that I like, what I want to do is turn this selection into a path. So you open up your paths palette. You can also go here, open up path. I want to go and say make work path and put this at the lowest you can do. So yours might say 2.0. So 1.0 is the lowest, so you want to type that in and hit OK. Now, as you guys can see here, there's a path going around the lettering. Now remember, this is a very organic, freestyle design, so I'm okay with imperfections. And then this is the step that's really important. So once you have the two paths created, then you go into export paths to Illustrator, and here you can select which paths you want to export. In this case, I'm going to export the Siser rock and the crown path layer. So I want to say all paths and hit OK, and then select where you want to save it to. So now I can open this up in Illustrator. So, or Command Y or Control Y, you'll be able to see the outline of this design. Now we have an outline file that we can utilize for cutting a vinyl decal. You can basically do whatever you want to do with this vector file. You can bring it into Photoshop and make it look like it's 3D, whatever you want to do. All right, so what we want to do is make it black. So I'm gonna do this, and then when you turn it black, you're basically bringing in a vector file that is basically untampered with. So you're gonna have to go and knock out all these areas so that you can utilize it in your design. So what you do, you select it, you can select the whole thing like this, and then you open up your Pathfinder tool right here. This is your Pathfinder tool, and then you click this little icon, which is the exclude icon, and then you click that, and now it turns it into the artwork that we want. And then now we can change the color on this. We can select it and then change it to yellow, change it to blue, red, whatever. And that's how you do it. So you vectorize the artwork, you draw it out, you vectorize the artwork, and now I'm gonna show you how to cut it on the vinyl machine, what vinyl material to use, and how to get it on the shirt. All right, so let's do that now. All right, so now that I showed you how to take a design from something that you've drawn out and vectorizing it using Photoshop, I'm gonna show you how to create a t-shirt. So the material that you need to use, or that I personally like using, is a vinyl that is made by Siser. All right, so let's see. Siser, you guys can see that? All right, so this is the best material that I've used. It's called Easy Weed, and you can buy that on Amazon for like 37 bucks, $36.99. You can buy a 5-yard roll on Amazon, so it's pretty inexpensive, and you can make a bunch of shirts with it. So the first thing you want to do is open the file up in Illustrator, and I'm going to show you guys how to do that right now. So now that we have the file created, we want to do is size it. So in Photoshop, we're going to size this up over here in the width. We just got to make sure the proportions are on, and then this will go on a t-shirt. So approximately 11 inches is the width of what we want the design to be for a regular t-shirt, and so that's 11 inches, going to be about 6 inches in height, maybe 10 and a half, a little under 6 inches high. And then I use Illustrator for everything. So I have my Illustrator program hooked up to my plotter, and all I really got to do is select the design here, go to File, Cut Master, and then I go to Cut Plot, and then it opens up Cutting Master, which is a plugin, a free plugin that you can download and install onto Illustrator. And then here, what we want to do is rotate this so that we preserve material, and then make sure that it's, another thing that we need to do, we need to mirror the image so that we can work with it. All right, so here we're on the vinyl cutter. We got the material rolled up here in the back, and we want to feed it through this way. So the material's got a shiny side, and then this is the vinyl side. You want to have the vinyl side on the top because that's what we're going to cut. You align it just like that. Move the rollers over. Okay, looks pretty good. We're gonna drop the rollers. They're currently pinching the vinyl now. And we are gonna hit enter on here so that it can set itself up. And I'm using a graphtec. This is an old graphtec cutter, but I've had it for a while. It's the FC7000. It's a great cutter. You know, graphtec as a company, they're excellent machines, so you can't go wrong with a graphtec. Okay, so this thing is set up. The force is at 17, speed's at 9, quality's at 4. I just keep it the same every time I do it. I never change it. All right, so now that we got the vinyl all set up on the machine, we got the cutter at the right spot, which is where we want it to start. We're gonna go ahead and send the file over. So here I'm back in cutting master, and I'm just gonna release the file. It's gonna say send, okay? Alright, I know you guys couldn't really see much because it's white material, but it kept the whole design on here. And what we're gonna do now is take it out of the machine and go over to the table over here to my workbench and do all the weeding. Alright, so here we are, and here we have the vinyl already cut. And remember, this is the Easy Weed, so you don't have to be like extremely careful like you are normally with regular vinyl, because if you have a good cutter, a good blade on your machine, you can weed this out with no problem. You can literally just peel off and nothing happens to the design. All right, so now that we have the vinyl weeded, we took out all the material from inside the letters and all around it. Now this is ready to be stamped onto the t-shirt, all right? Or pressed, my bad. Stamp is the old way to do transfers. They used to call them stamping. But now we can put this on a shirt. And we have the heat press right here. It's ready, it's warm, and it's ready for that. But we gotta get a t-shirt first, so let's see if we can find one. All right, so like I was saying, all we really need now is to heat press the design onto the shirt. I didn't have any shirts on hand, so I had to make a quick run to Walmart and picked up a couple t-shirts and a sweatshirt that I wanted to use. So right now we just gotta wait for this thing to heat up. This is a really old heat press that I bought maybe about 15 years ago on eBay, and I've had it since. It's not that great of a machine, but it does the trick. As you can see here, I had to do a little welding. This machine originally was just this bar here, and it broke off, and I had someone add this piece of metal and weld it on there so that you can actually lift it up and down. But it was basically a lost cause. This machine, I was gonna dump it in the trash, and my brother was like, dude, you can have something like welded on there. And that's what we did. We had some dude come and welded this piece on there, and now it works fine, but it's just not consistent. It's kind of clunky, and so, you know, it is what it is. Another thing I wanted to mention was that this material is not like silkscreen, all right? So like, just so you guys know, you know, it's not the same quality as a screen printed shirt, you know, but I mean, it's not gonna come off because it's designed to last even longer than the t-shirt. I mean, this stuff is like, it'll last forever. Like even after washing it, you know, a bunch of times, like nothing's gonna happen to it. I would probably just do this only for customers that want like a small run, maybe 12 shirts, and you know, they don't want to pay for screens and set up and all that, you know, where I just crank these out on some vinyl and do like, you know, half a dozen to a dozen t-shirts. All right, so here's a shirt I got at Walmart. So what you want to do is align the shirt on the palette right here. Make sure it's centered. You know, you can kind of tell by how much space you have on each side. Pull it up a little bit. And then you want to be like maybe 3 inches from the top of the shirt. Just centered as best as you can. And that looks pretty good. All right, so nice and centered in there. You want to make sure that it's the spacing here and there is equal. Bring it like maybe 4 inches from the top of from the collar to the design. You know, I kind of eyeballed it a little bit and kept it at a fair distance so it doesn't look too low and not too high. All right, and the next thing you do is you just heat press it. So we're gonna go with medium pressure for 15 seconds. All right, I went a little over on that one, but it's okay. Then you just peel it off. That's it. Okay, so once you got the shirt printed or pressed, you can take it out. And there it is. I don't think me and you will probably notice that it's vinyl just because of how clean the edges are, and that's how you can normally tell from vinyl from a screen printed design. You can tell how clean the edges are, and you know, it's not often that you'll see letters that clean on a silk screen. So there you have it, fellas. What do you think? That's how you do it. We went from drawing it out to taking a picture with our phone, bringing it into Photoshop, digitizing it, converting it to outlines, and then sending it to the vinyl machine, weeding it out, and then bringing it to the heat press and pressing it on the shirt. Bam! Woo! We did it, fellas. So that's how you do it, y'all. You guys have any questions? Make sure you drop a comment. I'll be happy to answer any questions that you have relating to how to put transfer on t-shirts, and maybe on the next one I'll show you how to put a photo on shirts using inkjet printer. All right, so we'll leave that one for later, but for now, hope you guys have an awesome day, and I will see you on the next one. Peace.